Okay, the window's it's closed. Is everybody okay? Did everybody make it? Who did we lose? Nicholson? Who's Nicholson? Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It's Season 10, Episode 11, and today we get back to European action with the first leg of our Europa League first knockout round against the Bulgarian side, Botev Plovdiv or something. Before that, a little bit something different. We're going to have a look at some of the squad players as we face Stirling Albion of the Highland League in the Scottish Cup. Now, the window is closed and we did get away without losing any of our major players. You can see here the outs for at the end of contracts. Two youngsters who were realistically never going to make it with us. They've gone off to join St Mirren, so best of luck to both of them there. And we lost Daryl Nicholson. Now, you may remember we paid about £1 million for him not that long ago, 1.2 million. I'm going to say it's not the best money I've ever spent. My logic at the time was sound because we needed, Scottish players. And he's still only 22. To be honest, he hasn't developed as much as he could have because we haven't used him as much as we could have. So he goes off to join Motherwell and he'll do well. He's a good Premiership player. Didn't quite work out for us, unfortunately. Now, things that did work out for us is in terms of new Scottish citizens. Because Razaev is now Scottish. He's lived in the country for 5 years. Now, it doesn't change too much. He's already been capped by Georgia. It just means he doesn't need a work permit for future contract renewals. There was a little bit of interest in him in the January window, but not enough to make me think that I wanted to sell him. But he is a little bit unhappy in terms of playing football. For the most part, I mean, it looks bad there, actually, doesn't it? But everything is generally coming back. Bruno, he said he doesn't want to leave anymore, but that's okay. I'm willing to sell Bruno, to be honest. We didn't really get any bids worthwhile for him. And the other one that's happy now in terms of promises is, if we go and have a look at our promises, Bermudez he doesn't want to leave anymore. There was obviously no bid of 14.5 million, so he's fine. And the only thing we need to do is just make sure that Hansen and Razaev are getting their playing time they want. Everybody else, you can see we're on track to meet those promises. So it's all going well. We've got to qualify for the Champions League to keep Ayrton happy, and I'm confident we'll be able to do that as well. Now, there are some games to catch you up on since last episode. There's 5, in fact, so let's get that underway. The first of which was in the league against Aberdeen. Santos gave us an early lead, but Bursik decided he didn't want a clean sheet. Ayrton crossed for Celino to restore a lead. And a defensive mix-up allowed Alvik to make it 3-1 at half-time. Bol and Celino combined for our fourth. Before Almarez picked out Santos's run to complete the scoring. So we were very, very good in this game, if I don't say so myself. Bursik may be the exception to that, although it was a wonderful pass, wasn't it? Anyway, we got the result. That's all that matters. You can see from the XG tracker from XG, although XG is obviously off-put a little bit by the fact we had a penalty. But yeah, we played really well and we deserved to win, and we did win, and we did win well. So next up, it was the Scottish Cup against Alloa Athletic. I think they were League 2. Let's see how that one went. We had an early lead through Mihai's first for the club. Irving played in Leighton for his first Queen's goal. But Alloa pulled one back before Toro sealed the tie. So we did enough in this one. It wasn't our best performance, but we were comfortable enough, with the exception of the goal they got back, just to make it a little bit nervous for us. Leighton is the new name on the team sheet for this one. He is the guy we signed from St Mirren. He has actually been training really, really well, and he's still only 18. Are we going to get a world-class striker out of him? Obviously not, but we might get a useful one, you know. He's still got the finishing and the off-the-ball movement. Composure's not bad. So we'll keep seeing how he goes, keep giving him the game time where we can, and just kind of see what happens. And of course, in the next round, we have Stirling Albion, as I say. Now we get back to league action, and this time it was against Hearts. Johnny Angus returned to the score sheet in style to put us in front, before Diaz showed incredible precision to seal the points. So a good performance, but two great goals. And yeah, it was a game that we deserved to win again. You can see the first half wasn't great. Second half, we were a little bit better. And yeah, it just really, the goals, the quality of the goals were very impressive. So that's always a good thing. Next up in the league, it was St Mirren. We took an early lead through Arvik. Arvik then turned provider for Celino to double our advantage. And Santos made it 3-0 inside 20 minutes. We were down to 10 men when St Mirren pulled one back, before they got a second a few minutes later. Santos made it 4-2, but St Mirren got back to within a goal before half-time, before Santos's good work was finished by Celino to seal a hard-fought win. So a weird game, this one, a hectic game. Hansen got himself stupidly sent off. So stupid, doesn't actually show on the recap there. But anyway, I thought we did okay with 10 men. We just weren't great defensively. But equally, they seemed to score pretty much every time they got a shot away at goal. So it was one of those frustrating ones, but decent enough, I'd say, for this one. Santos, though, absolutely brilliant. And the turn for that final goal, thing of beauty, really. It shows Mashagi was on the wing there. I actually did start him there. I forgot. I was sort of playing around with the lineup and then started him there because I forgot to actually decide if I was going to play Bowl or somebody else out there. Bruno, I think, would have been the other option. So Mashagi getting a run out as a right winger in this one. Final game to catch you up on in the league once more was against St Johnstone. Johnny Angus put us ahead. Murosh picked out Anton to get our second. And he then found Bermudez to make it 3-0. Before Walker got our fourth in stoppage time. So we controlled the game in the first half, but all the goals came in the second half where we really were good getting forward. And yeah, Ayrton, again, it's the third time this season he scored almost that exact same goal, just getting forward from right back and getting picked up, or picked out, I should say, not getting picked up. And yeah, just again, generally speaking, it was a really good, strong performance from us. Now, if we go and have a look what Auto means for the league table, you will see there is absolute daylight between ourselves and Celtic in second place. Now, we've essentially won the league already. Now, the reason for that, Celtic have, look at the drop points they've got there. 1-2 lost to Wraith, a 2-2 with St Mirren, a 0-0 with Motherwell and Hibernian, and then a 1-1 with Aberdeen. They're just dropping points for fun right now. And, I mean, Rangers are even further back. So we are wiping the floor, and we can really turn our attention elsewhere now, which is good. And you may notice over here in the Scottish Cup that if we are to get past Highland League, Stirling Albion, we will be facing Celtic in the quarterfinals. So that'll be an interesting game. But hopefully it won't. Hopefully we'll get there, because it'd be embarrassing to go out to a Highland side, wouldn't it? But let's have a look and see what we're doing here against said Highland side. And we're expecting a bus park from them. And this is the team we're sending out. Now, I'm taking what is essentially a completely unnecessary risk in team selection and putting out some youngsters to give them some game time and make it interesting for YouTube, basically. So our backup goalkeeper, Perez, will go in goal for this one. Not really a risk in necessarily for him. Hansen plays partly because he's got suspensions coming up and partly because we promised him he would play. We've got Bubba Adu, who is back from international duty with Ghana. And we've also got a youngster coming through the academy, Craig McNabb. He's training really well, so I thought we'll give him a game here. And again, another one. We need a replacement in the squad, the first team squad for Nicholson next season, and McNabb isn't that far away. Positioning would be my concern with him, but we'll see how he goes here. And Maruso will play right back again, basically because he needs game time. Razayev will play because he needs game time. We promised him game time. Alvarez, do I really want him playing in midfield for this one? Let's instead go with Irving. We'll keep Alvarez fresh. So that is midfield. Jock Smart is going to play right winger. He was highly rated when he came through the academy. He has dropped off a little bit. He's also just coming back from injury. So we'll see how he goes. Bermudez will play number 10 because we don't really have a young player option for that position. And Turpey, of course, will play out wide on the left, another academy player. And it will be a look at Leighton getting the start. Reece Leighton. He's got one goal already from his time at the club. Let's see if he can add a few more to that against the weaker opposition. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise any names in that Stirling Albion. So we've got a couple of youngsters on the bench as well in Sean Williamson and Lukic. So we'll look to give them game time if the game is such that we're able to do so. I think this is one of those, you know what? What if we go with, this is the match we should be winning. Let's make sure we do. Hopefully that doesn't put too much pressure on them. Yeah, I mean, the players that are playing that are young, you know, they're not out of their depth against this level of opposition, I wouldn't have thought. You know, even McNabb, I think he is considered to be League 2 quality right now, and we're playing a Highland team. So it should be fine. There should be enough good players in amongst them as well to make sure we get the job done here. I mean, Andy Irving in midfield, I mean, he would absolutely run the Highland. I mean, at times he runs the Premiership, so he would absolutely destroy the Highland League. There's no one here that I don't think is maybe Williamson is a bit of a stretch to be playing, to be honest, but he's still good enough to play, and this is Lucic as well. He's fickle, which I don't like, so he probably won't have a future, but there's a decent player in there. So we'll give him some encouragement and just kind of see how we do here. We've got a free kick. Bermudez stands over it. What's he going to do? Go short for Turpey. Can we pull a ball back here now? It's there for McNabb, one of the youngsters. To Bermudez, it's blocked. And what becomes of this highlight now? Hacked forward, Irving's back there. And we go again. Amaruso to Rezaev. We don't really have any central midfielders coming through, unfortunately. So that's why the midfield's a little bit stronger than maybe I would ideally have liked in terms of giving youngsters a game. Smart has won the penalty there. He's been smart, didn't look like a foul. He's drawn the contact and gone down, and Bermudez will take it. Now he's got a mixed record from the spot so far this season. And, well, you suspect a better goalkeeper, and that may have continued. But a 7th goal of the season now for Omar Bermudez. It is 1-0, and often the hardest goal in games like this is the first one, isn't it? So we've got that thanks to the penalty, and hopefully now we can go on with it a little bit. Let's give them some praise. And yeah, it would be good if we could get some of the youngsters on the score sheet, but it is more just about getting the game time for them on this particular occasion. Now, what we don't want to do is let them get back into this. But I mean, really, the only weak link in that back four is McNabb. The other three are first team. Well, if not regulars, then or they are regulars. But I mean, if they're not first choice first team, Perez makes a decent save there. Then they're certainly first team regulars. Hansen is definitely the first choice left back. The annoying thing about Baba Adu too is he went off to the Africa Cup of Nations and he didn't play. So he's come back with absolutely no match sharpness, despite missing the best part of a month of the season. So that's always annoys me. I don't mind players I genuinely don't mind if players get called up for international duty, but it really annoys me when they get called up and yet they don't use them, because we definitely could have used him in January, where we know we have a very busy fixture list. Corner comes in, and that's a good header, and it's Craig McNabb getting a debut. No, debut, whichever is the way that I'm supposed to say it. He's got a goal in his first game for the first team, and it was a good header as well, wasn't it? At the back post, rising above the opposition, and well done to McNabb. Has a star been born there, perhaps? He's not going to play, he's not going to be a first choice defender at any point, but as ever, if we can get those useful squad players, that's what we want our academy realistically to produce for us. And if we happen to get a first team star, then fantastic. But what I really want the academy to do is just produce those good, solid squad players for us. And if that's the case, then we can go a little bit bigger on signing, the first team, first choice stars. If you're wondering too, our Bulgarian winger did end up going out on loan to Benfica, so he'll be there till the end of the season. Then we should be able to get him a work permit, no problem, and he'll be back to play with us next season. So that's that update. There was lots and lots of bids coming in. I think it might have even been Aston Villa that went highest. We got over 50 million in terms of a bid for him. Thankfully, the board didn't come in and say we're accepting that. which is good considering a slightly... Oh, and it's Jock Smart with the first goal for the club. Now, it's not his first game. I have been playing him a little bit, but it's definitely his first goal. So it's good to see the youngsters getting involved here. Smart won the penalty for the opening goal, and then Hansen's whipped in a wonderful cross. That's too good for a Highland team. And Smart at the back post. Excellent stuff. And, well, at 3-0, it does start to get a little bit more comfortable now, doesn't it? I wonder what we might do. Hansen's got his start, and we can take him off and rest those legs. We'll get Williamson on. It'll be a first game for him. And the other one is Lucic. Turpey's not having a great game. All right, let's... Oh, we'll leave Turpey on. I think we'll leave Turpey on. Irving, ball in. Oh, that looked good. The goalkeeper's made a good save. You know what we could do, actually, is... I wonder if we could take Smart off and use an inverted winger, and that way we can get him some game time. I missed what happened with the header there. I wasn't looking in that direction. Let's just pause that so I can make him an inverted winger since he's left-footed. And, yeah, so if that was close, I apologise for the lack of reaction. So, I mean, this has been useful because we've got, what? 1, 2, 3, Smart 4. You know, players to get some good game time here. Turpey, I think, does play semi-regularly for us anyway, but if we're using a left wing up. And that's gone over the top. So this, I mean, this has been nice and comfortable. It's exactly what we would have wanted. We've got a couple of youngsters on the score sheet. We've got the job done, resting some players as well. And yeah, we go on to face Celtic in the quarterfinal. There we go, a comfortable win. I hope you enjoyed that, having a look at some of the lesser spotted players. And yeah, McNabb with the debut. Is it debut or debut? Let me know in the comments which is the way I'm supposed to say it. Maybe it's debut and I say debut. That makes sense, doesn't it? Because I know I get so many comments that you guys are annoyed with the way I say it. So if I can fix that, it's something I will definitely try and do. McNabb, was McNabb man of the match? Well, that's excellent if he was. What a debut that was. Or was it a debut? Who knows? Anyway, wait right there. We go back to European action next against the Bulgarians. Alright, welcome back. We are getting ready for the Europa League first knockout round, first leg. You can see all the ties there. I still cannot believe that Paris Saint-Germain is in this competition. What have we got to do to get a bit of luck in Europe? At least we didn't draw him, I suppose. Now, we're going to have to do this, though, without Celino, who's injured himself out for up to a month with a twisted ankle. So that's a little bit of a blow, though, to be honest. He's not been in his tip-top form this season, but he has shown a little bit of improvement recently. So, yeah, a little bit disappointing, that one. We're expecting from them a 4-2-3-1, though in truth, we don't know exactly what we are going to get. And this is the team that we're sending out. Bosic in goal, Hansen, Bukiano, Walker and Ayrton as the back four. It's Mashagi and Alvarez in midfield, Bol, Santos and Arvik with Johnny Angus going up top. And like I said, we don't really know what we're expecting, so we're just going to try and yeah, try and beat them. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. I do not recognize any names on that team sheet. Alright, so what do we want to say here? Do we want to just play without pressure for this one? Maybe we do. We've not always been at our best in Europe, especially in big European games. You know, you could argue this isn't necessarily a big European game, but certainly in terms of, you know, knockout rounds of Europe, it is. And, I mean, that recent form is quite good. Actually, the St Johnstone win was our 10th win in a row, which was a club record. So we've extended that to 11. I think it was just generally, it wasn't league games. But either way, you know, we can extend the winning record here as well, which would be nice. And this is possibly, and they've come out in a 4-4-2 rather than what we were necessarily expecting them. The scouts basically said they don't know what they're doing. So this team is doing. The scouts know what they're doing. at least I hope they do. Yeah, so we'll just kind of suss them out here. After this game, of course, for the second leg, we'll have a better idea. But the hope here is that the tie is kind of done and dusted by the time we get to the second leg. And we might not even have to worry showing it because, you know, the tie's dead. Ball back post, Thomas Bol. We scored a few goals like that already this season. But on this occasion, he couldn't beat the goalkeeper. Highlight continues. Walker's there. Knocks it down there for Alvarez. Alvarez, good ball for Bol. He's got himself a little bit of space inside the defender there. He's looking for Arvik. Just can't quite find the space. Hansen with a good tackle. Bukiano will go across. This is a big game for him, isn't it? We need him to start showing up in these European games for us. It's a 1-2 between Arvik and Angus, and Arvik can't quite manage to beat the goalkeeper. But promising signs. We've taken 15 minutes to settle into the game, and just recently it's been all Queen of the South. Alvarez picks up the ball, crosses it into the Bulgarian, and can Hansen win it back for us again? It was that sort of tackle almost exactly that he got his red card with. It did seem harsh. It's not the first time he's got a red card for a tackle like that. So I don't know if he just goes in hard and so they look worse than they are, and so some refs are gonna send him off, or if he's just maybe a little bit unlucky. There's a good ball again for Arvik. Now he's got Bol at the back post. Can he pick him out? He looks for him. Oh, and it's just ever so slightly overhit. Ayrton retrieves it though. Mashagi back to Ayrton. That's a good ball and a good run, and the header from Angus, I think it was, is just over the top. But it is all Queen of the South. It's kind of the game I expected it to be. What I would really like is some goals now. Ball in. It's into the middle, but headed away. Mashagi picks it up. He gets it back there for Ayrton. And we go again. Arvik to Santos. Bol. Ayrton's on the overlap. There he is. And can he whip a nice low cross in now? He goes back instead to Mashagi. Alvarez. Arvik. Can he turn and get a shot away? Can he pull it back? Santos is there. Hansen. Second time of asking to Alvarez. Hansen again to Alvarez. Santos has got a little bit of space. We go down the line. It's a good ball for Hansen. Just keeps it in though. Arvik. We're toying with them at times here. Oh, and Johnny Angus is there at the near post. He heads in the cross. Number 16 of the season for him. When the big games in Europe show up, so does Johnny Angus. And we do eventually take the lead in a game that we have really dominated, haven't we? We were just toying with them here, waiting for our moment. Arvik whips in the cross, and Johnny Angus at the near post with the head up. And that is much more like it. Let's give him some praise, and let's see if we can indeed go on with this now. Arvik again to Hansen. I thought he was going to slip in Angus there. Not quite. He keeps going. Can he get the cross in? Bol's got himself a little bit of space again. There's the cross. There's Bol. There's the crossbar. Oh, that was so unlucky for Bol. But we're playing well. We really should be more than a goal up, shouldn't we? Ayrton's got himself a booking, which is not ideal, but we can deal with just one booking for him. It's the second one that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Let's try demand more. And that's just frustrated and pressurized, which isn't ideal. But we're coming up to half-time. We've got a corner beforehand, though. Santos, back post. It is a good one, and it's just over from the captain, Walker. I did look at actually selling Johnny Angus in the window. I was trying to get 20 million for him, and he got to the point where he was unhappy that I was offering him out, so I just stopped. I think we did get a bid of 18 million from Torino, I want to say it was. Let's say don't allow complacency to sneak in. Yeah, but I wanted more than that for him. Because I had half an eye on a replacement, but yeah, we needed a little bit more. We needed about 20 million to make it kind of work for me the way I wanted it to. And what I didn't want to do was upset Angus, and then we have a whole thing with an upset player, and I've fallen for that before, haven't I? So I just cut my losses. He's not bad, is he, Johnny Angus? So I'm not going to risk upsetting everything just to get a potential upgrade in. And it wouldn't have. It's one of those that wouldn't have been. It was a Brazilian striker, I think it was, a Brazilian wonder kid. But wasn't convinced that he was. You know how you get those wonder kids where they say they're a wonder kid and they look okay, but I just wasn't sure. So I ended up bailing on. Here we go, Bol. He's good from a set piece. It's a decent one, and it is saved, or is it over the top? I think it was saved. What a save from their goalkeeper that is. Santos now with the corner. Oh, it's a wonderful header, and it's Bukiano, and he scored at the right end in Europe. Would you believe it? I'm glad I'm sitting down. Bucchiano has found the back of the net with a header as well. We know he can't jump, but he can head the ball, and it's his movement there. The goalkeeper is going in the complete wrong direction. And, well done, Bucchiano. It's nice to see him eventually scoring in the right end. I mean, we've had 32 shots, 20 on target. Are we going to be able to just put this to bed here? Ball with another chance. It's a good place for his right foot as well. He bends it in. Oh, and it's another very, very close call. I think his free kick taking is 15. Yeah, 15. So, I mean, he is a good free kick taker. Not, you know, not world class or anything, but he knows what a free kick is. Angus knocks it down there for Arvik. Bucchiano has it back to Arvik. There's a good ball getting forward is Hansen. He's got ball at the back post again. He's always there, isn't he? It's Santos now in the middle. Santos for Angus. Angus to Bowl. Bowl with the shot. Bowl with the goal. And it's at number 12 of the season for him. And Johnny Angus did really well there. It was just a good team goal, wasn't it? So it's 3-0 now with 10 minutes to play. And I'm thinking we possibly don't need to come back for the second leg if it stays at 3-0. I think we've shown enough here to suggest that we are very much the better team. And unless something was to go horribly wrong over in Bulgaria, then this should be a relatively simple win for us. Which is what I expected. As I say, we did get kind of shafted in the Champions League with the group draw, but the football gods have shined on us with this one, haven't they? This was much more friendly. Especially when we could have got Paris Saint-Germain in theory, and that's another free kick that's hit the woodwork. I mean, this really could have been a score, couldn't it? Pushing up towards double figures, but their goalkeepers played well. The woodworks played well for them as well. And here we go with Santos now. Just took a little bit too much time there, didn't he? And lost out. But we go into stoppage time. It's as comfortable as you like. 3-0, 39 shots on target, 23 on goal. We really should have scored more goals, shouldn't we, there? But let's say don't get complacent because, well, yeah, that was easy, wasn't it? All right, so we can see the other scores there from the first leg. Paris have won, as you would expect. I really would like them to get knocked out by somebody other than us. But we hammer our opposition. We did what we could do. It's a man-of-the-match performance from Bucchiano, and I think he owed us that one, didn't he? He owes us a couple of those, actually, against better teams as well, ideally. But that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back. Like I say, I don't think we need to come back for the second leg. That was fairly comfortable. And the league is in a situation now as well where we don't really need to come back for league games either, do we? So what we'll do is we'll come back for the second leg of the second knockout round, assuming we get there, and hopefully it'll coincide with this Scottish Cup quarter-final as well. So we'll come back somewhere around there. And if you're looking for something else I've done to watch, we tried to win Sheffield Wednesday, a first ever Champions League. If you want to see if we could do it, then give it a watch. Take care.